everyone! Today I'm gonna do the Nightmare Before Christmas book tag. I saw this tag on Brittany's channel from Brittany the Bibliophile, and I'm gonna leave a link to her video and the original one in the description. I just thought this was a fun Halloween themed kind of tag, and since I don't really read anything spooky or participate in any of the spooky readathons, or in general I don't have Halloween decorations, none of that, I thought I could at least do this tag and participate a little bit in the Halloween spirit at least. So the first question is, Sally loves someone and gets them in the end. Okay, no spoilers, but I do want to mention A Conjuring of Light by V.E. Schwab, which just has one of the most beautiful storylines of a person fighting for someone and getting that person in the end. I tried really hard to think of something else, something not Shades of Magic related, but it's so beautiful. Second question. Jack, a character that longs for more. And I'm so sorry to do this twice in a row, but for this one, I do have to go with Kel from the Shades of Magic trilogy, because his storyline and the way he was kind of just content with his life and just like doing his job and being fine with it, and then slowly but surely realizing that there's so much more out there and that he wants to see the world and that he wants to leave his country and just, you know, see so much more. I don't know, something about his storyline in particular just really gets me, and I think especially as I'm currently rereading the trilogy, I'm just really thinking about it. It just really is at the top of my mind. And during this reread, I've just realized again how much I just love that storyline, and how much I just, not even in that particular area of life, but just in general, I really connect to Kel. So I guess that's also why it just really gets me. But yeah, that's just one of my favorite storylines as well, and just, it was the first thing that came to mind, and so I had to mention him. The third question is, Zero, a sidekick character. For most of these questions, I really tried to go with something that I've read more recently and haven't really talked about that much. So for this question, I am going with Jacob from City of Ghosts. He's just a fun little ghost sidekick, and I really enjoyed him as a character, and I really enjoyed him as a sidekick character. And yeah, he's another one that just kind of came to mind basically immediately when I thought about this question and thought about more recent reads. Like, I still have 2 or 3 people that are my like favorite sidekicks of all time, but when it comes to most recent, I really enjoyed Jacob. The fourth question is Oogie Boogie, a book with a wicked villain. This is another one where, as much as I try to think about more recent reads and more recent villains, for me, my number one favorite and really fucking evil, wicked villain is always King Lek from the Graceling Realm trilogy. And I honestly cannot imagine the villain that will ever overtake this position in my personal ranking. He's just so scary in so many ways and so fucking powerful. He's powerful in a way that makes sense. Like, you know how sometimes villains are just like really fucking powerful and you're like, but why though? And in this trilogy, he is really fucking powerful, but he has a certain ability and it makes sense in this world, and there are people that can defeat him, that can kind of, you know, see through his whole scheme and everything. So yeah, this villain is fascinating and evil and wicked and just my fucking favorite of all time. The fifth question is Halloween Town, a book with a creepy theme. For this one, first that came to mind was Soccer Girls by Claire Legrand, and this book really got me because it has a creepy theme and there's some really fucking creepy elements in there, but it deals, well, I mean, at the core of it, it still deals with some really creepy themes as well, but it's a lot about female friendship, and it has a wonderful female-female romance, and it's just very feminist and a lot about the power of girls and the power of women. And so I really love that, and that's why, even though this is a very recent read that I feel like I've been talking about quite a lot, I just really wanted to shout out again. And if you're still looking for something Halloweeny to read that's a little bit different than your normal creepy read, your normal thriller, Soccer Girls is the one to go for. I'd highly recommend. It's so fascinating. The sixth question, Christmas Town, a book that left you feeling warm and fuzzy. And for this one, I'm gonna go with The Art of French Kissing by Brianna Schrum. This is a YA contemporary and it is about a kind of cooking camp, almost like a summer camp about cooking. And it has a really wonderful romance and it is enemies to lovers, but I feel like it developed pretty quickly so that it just got to all the warm and fuzzy feelings very fast. And also the whole aspect of like cooking and baking and stuff like that just gave me all the positive warm and fuzzy feelings as well. And so, I mean, this is not like a wintry read for me personally because it's over the summer and it's a contemporary, but I don't know, if I think of warm and fuzzy and recent read, I just think about this one. And finally, the last question is, what is this? Book that took you by surprise. And for this one, I'm gonna have to go with The Passion of Dulce by Julie Berry because I was not expecting to love this at all. Like, I started this book, realized it had religious themes and was immediately put off. And I was like, I really wanna not even start this. I don't wanna give it a chance. I'm not interested in religious themes. But then I was like, oh, come on, just give it a couple of pages and then you can see. I'm so glad that I decided to give it a chance because I really loved it. Gave it 5 stars and thought it was wonderful. It very much deals with female friendship and found family. And so, it's just beautiful. If you love found family, if you love female friendship, pick this book up. It's amazing. Don't be put off by the religious elements because they just really influence the setting more than anything. But it's not about religion, really. This book, for me, this is such a book where I'm just like, step out of your comfort zone from time to time. You will find something amazing. Anyway, this was the Nightmare Before Christmas book tag. Let me know in the comments who your favorite wicked villain is. And yeah, I make new videos every Wednesday and Sunday with occasional reviews on Friday. So click subscribe to never miss anything and hit the little bell so you get notified as well. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye! A book with a wicked villain. Book with a wicked villain. A book with a wicked villain. I can't say it! The fourth question is Oogie Boogie. A book with a wicked villain. Wicked villain.